you, I love the screams. I love it when women scream at me, which is weird because I'm gay. But it's something I think I should tell my mother. It would make her so happy. She's like, there's a chance. Don't you just want to meet a nice girl? I'm like, yes, named Phil. A nice girl named, really well-hung girl named Phil, actually. You know what's funny is, because I'm gay, like, I thought as a kid, like, nobody knew. I thought I was really keeping a secret. There was no secret. Because basically I was one of those kids that always walked around like my back hurt. I was always like this, wherever I walked. I was always looking at something, I have no idea what. I stand on the bus stop like this, like I was posing for an spree ad. I was even doing this and I had no hair, I'll be honest. Basically what I'm saying is I was so gay, my parents just came out to me. They sat me down that Saturday morning after I had finished arranging the flowers on the dining room table. And they said, we don't know if you know this about yourself, but you're gay. And I was like, no, Mommy, I'm not gay. I'm gonna marry a lady. That pretty much tipped her off because most men want to marry a whore, let's be honest. I'm like, no, Mommy, like, I'm gonna play football one day. And she was like, no, you're not. It's not gonna happen. Although I really wanted to make her happy. I wanted to be a good son to my mother. I wanted to grow up and marry a beautiful black woman just like her, except I just can't watch that much Scandal. I can't. Olivia Nope, week after week. It's a lot to ask for someone. And the other things I realized, I'm probably just too cheap to be straight. Because these guys, they've got to pay for dinner, they've got to pay for drinks, they've got to buy your girlfriend drinks, they've got to buy all those roofies, pay for all those abortions. It's just too expensive. I need shoes, people. That's what I need. I know what I need in my life. But actually, my parents got into it. They were over it after a while and grew up in a relationship with the same guy for over 10 years. Let's hear it for it. I always need that round of applause so I know I'm not completely wasting my time with him. But we're not going to have one of those same-sex marriages. Mostly because it's called same-sex marriage, and I figure, after a few years, isn't every marriage the same sex? I mean, really, don't you just roll over in bed and just look at that same bologna sandwich you ate the night before? And just say, okay, do what you gotta do. It's not as exciting as it sounds. The other thing is that my friends who know my partner, Tom, they say, he's a great guy, like Tom builds stuff. He's great around the house and all that. Aren't you afraid somebody's going to take him? And I'm like, take him. You'll bring him back. I live with the guy, I already know. I wish he was here for that joke. I do, in a really twisted way. The other thing is that while my parents were always pretty accepting, I didn't have all family members that accepted me. I have one cousin who was very homophobic. He actually said to me, I'm coming to Los Angeles, Georgia. I want you to show me around, but none of the gay parts. So he won't be coming to LA. I mean, I don't know if you've checked out the place, but everybody's pretty questionable, Especially the actors. They just need a job. They'll do anything for a job. Half the time, I just pretend I'm a director just for a hand job. I'm working on this film, and how bad do you want the part? I know that's terrible, isn't it? The other thing is that he said to me, when I come, I want to go to I want to see some great restaurants. So, show me some places. And I'm like, I know a great Italian restaurant. He's like, great, but is it a gay restaurant? And I'm like, yes, every plate comes with sausage. It's a great restaurant. You're gonna love the place. Then he had the nerve to ask me would I sing at his wedding. So I said, all right, I'll sing at your wedding, because I don't know if you know this, but all the gays sing at everybody's wedding. We make your dress, we make the cake, and then we stand there and sing Ave Maria. But I got a little bit of a surprise from him, because when he's expecting me to sing Ave Maria, I'm just going to take the microphone and I'm just going to sing, you'll be swell, you'll be great, you will have the whole world on a plate. I'm singing the gay anthem. Either that or I Will Survive, one of the two. I'm just saying. Although now the gay anthem's more like Beyonce stuff. All people who are into Beyonce, don't ever say anything about Beyonce in front of a gay man that is not absolutely in honor of her. You will get attacked. It's happened to me. I'm still recovering from actually saying, I don't like her so much. I mean, I was scratched to death. It was terrible. You gotta kind of love Beyonce a little bit. But you know who I really have a problem with, though, is Kim Kardashian. Yeah. Ugh. I'm so glad you're all on my side. We should kill her. I think there's enough people in this room. Like, you could bag her. Like, you can bring the robe. You can set her on fire. You can have sex with the corpse. You know. We'll all get a piece of Kim. We should. But I heard that she's actually sad because she's saying that private jets won't be able to land in Paris for her wedding. Oh, I know. I feel so bad. And this woman should not be complaining. I mean, she's got a pretty good life. She's about to marry that genius Kanye West. You know, he's a genius. Just ask him. He'll tell you he's a genius. He's the only one who thinks so, by the way. And the thing is, she's got a TV show and perfume line, and her sisters are doing great. The only person who's suffering in that family is Rob. Rob Kardashian now looks like the guy who ate Rob Kardashian. He does. And what did his family tell him to do so he could bring up his esteem? They said, you should start your own line of socks. It makes me think of that Charlie Brown Halloween cartoon. You know, where Lucy's like, I got an apple, and Linus is like, I got a candy bar, and Charlie Brown says, all I got was a rock. You know? All he got was socks. It's terrible. But you know, I figure since he's overweight and he's got a line of socks, he should probably come up with a line of diabetic compression socks. That's what he wants. Zip with Rob, you know? Those are pretty interesting, those socks. And Hollywood's a crazy place. Like, we have all these nutsy people here. You know, I don't know if you saw the other night, but Michael Jackson was on the American Music Awards. Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
The hologram of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Creepy. Just when I thought, like, you know, we'll just hear his music and we'll all shed a tear. No, suddenly he's back on stage again. People need to die and just be dead. That's what I think. Am I the only one that believes that? Don't bring holograms around me. Let's hear it for it. Let's get rid of the holograms. Well, not all the holograms. Like, I actually read that Amy Winehouse's hologram is about to do a tour. A tour. So pretty soon, on 3 dimensions, you'll be able to see Amy Winehouse desperately trying to remember the lyrics to her own song. In various stages of addiction. And I'm wondering, since it's a hologram show, do I really have to pay, or can I kind of virtually pay? Maybe she should go on tour with Tupac, whose hologram was also on tour a few years ago, you know? I'm like, you got Michael Jackson's hologram, Amy Winehouse's hologram, all these holograms and no Gem. Like, whatever happened to Gem and the holograms? You know, I miss her. And those, like, 30-second cartoon videos, it was a great thing. But I'll leave you guys with a little bit of advice about the gay world. First, I believe that gay men and straight men should be friends. We should be friends. We should, and here's why. My very existence means you get twice as much pussy as you usually do. Half the women you're with, they were actually my bitches, I'm sorry. They really were. That's just part of it. The other thing is that, and this is something that's just, it's something you don't know about us gays, but I figure if you're going to have sex with a man, you should go by height-weight ratio, and I learned this the hard way because I used to like guys who were 6'5" and 250 pounds, and I'll be honest, it's kind of embarrassing if you fuck a guy in the ass and your feet dangle in the air. And that's all I've got for you guys. Thanks.